Hey, Lindsay here. I wanted to share a little something that I've learned after being in a relationship with a narcissist, me being the empath slash codependent. These two people are naturally attracted to one another because the empath is a people pleaser and, will people please in order to get their needs met. And the narcissist will manipulate in order to get their needs met. Understand this though, and this was, a big conclusion that I, had to realize, that there are no victims in this relationship. That the empath codependent is not a victim. They're a willing participant in this relationship. For a while, kind of just unconsciously living out, these childhood programs, so when you realize that you're not a victim, you have control over your life, over your relationships, just based on how you show up. The narcissist is actually there for a very important reason, and that's to teach the codependent or the empath self-love and setting boundaries. Yes, because what happens is the empath or codependent might set up a boundary. I don't like it when you do this, don't speak to me like this, don't, I don't accept this type of behavior. And what always happens is the narcissist will trample all over the boundaries that you set. And I can recall from being in my relationship thinking they're not, this person isn't doing what I asked and I don't feel comfortable in this relationship. But I'm not going to do anything about it. And I didn't leave the relationship, based on, oh, well, it's been this many years, we have a child together, so on and so forth. You come up with 1,000,001 reasons why you're not going to uphold your own boundary that you set, okay? So this is the problem of the empath or the codependent, is that they don't hold to their own boundaries, and they get into relationships with people that don't hold their boundaries, and they stay in the relationship. It's like the definition of insanity, repeating the same behavior over and over again, expecting a different result, beating your head against a brick wall. Do not choose a partner that does not uphold your boundaries. That's not a partner for you, okay? It's not a partner for you, or else they would listen to you when you put up boundaries. So you are meeting narcissists until you set boundaries, until you say no and mean no, and until you hold firm to what you believe. You're going to continue to meet narcissists or people, with extremely strong personalities that kind of bulldoze over yours because you're in this people-pleasing mode and think that, that's how you're, going to be accepted or get attention or be liked. And it doesn't happen. You never attract in any relationship that you want to have acting like this, and you end up miserable. So really, take it as a blessing and learn from, hopefully, narcissist number one, because I'm telling you, and especially now that I've seen this so many times now, I'm hearing this like in actual stories from people, and this is just a life lesson in general. If you don't learn the lesson the first time, the universe is going to smack you again until you learn it. And the next time is going to be worse, and it keeps getting worse and worse and worse until you're being steamrolled by the universe so that you get the freaking picture, so that you get the point. So, as an empath, as a people pleaser, the only person that you need to please is yourself. step into your authentic self. And when you set a boundary, keep it.